Is it really too much to ask that criminals with badges who have been found to have destroyed people's lives should be at least fined, fired, and jailed? We're going to continue with this DUI garbage going on in Nashville, Tennessee, and in the surrounding Tennessee area, and in many other states where law enforcement officials abuse their power, pull people over, throw them into jail for DUIs when they aren't under the influence of anything. Check this out.
Tonight, a stunning development in our sobering problems investigations. A police officer who wrongfully arrested 3 sober people for DUI has done it again.
Now, we first told you last year that we found 3 separate cases of innocent people arrested by Goodlettsville police officer Noah Werner.
Well, now, Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley's found an additional 4th person wrongfully arrested for DUI by that same officer, Jeremy.
That's right, and you're about to
They
hear...
continue to do it, even though they've been exposed by even fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird MK Ultra Media. And they continue to do it on body camera in front of their department, in front of the public, and for even the news to report on. And they can't stop. That's how much of a problem it is. That's how much of a psychopathic tendency that these cops have. And then people ask, do psychopaths become cops or do cops become psychopaths? I personally believe that you have to be psychopathic to take a law enforcement position. What do you think?
The innocent person's story. She says being wrongfully charged with DUI caused her to be evicted and lose her job. But the police officer who now has made 4 wrongful arrests, well, he has a new job with a new police department.
What does that tell you? It doesn't necessarily tell me.
Sarah Pence has never met the man on the screen.
I'll refer to it as the scene of the crime.
But hearing Jeff Adams' story.
Was that hard for you to watch?
Yeah, it was.
What was it like for you to see this, Sarah?
It just angered me. I mean, for Jesus' sakes, like he was a teacher on his way to school.
As we first told you last May, school teacher Jeff Adams, along with 2 other men, were all charged with DUI in 2023 by the same Goodlettsville police officer, Noah Werner. All 3 ended up being completely sober. After we brought our findings to the department, his chief apologized. What we didn't know until now is that Werner also...
The chief shouldn't have just apologized. He should have got up from this stupid chair right here. He should have got up from this chair. He should have gone and found Noah Werner or got on the radio and said, hey, I need Noah Werner in this office right now in front of these cameras. I'm going to strip you of your badge. We're going to take away your gun. We're going to fire you. We're going to fine you. We're going to put you in cuffs. We're going to throw you into jail because you broke a public trust. People trust you to keep them safe, and you're out there economically terrorizing them and ruining their lives.
What we didn't know until now is that Werner also arrested Sarah Pence that year for DUI. After he wrote she twice crossed over lanes and showed several signs of impairment during a field sobriety test.
What was it like when he put the cuffs on you?
I was in total shock. I didn't understand what I had failed.
And like Adams and the other 2 drivers, Pence's blood work also later revealed no alcohol. The only drugs in her system were for ADHD and anxiety. The DA opted to no longer prosecute. Because she had the charge expunged, the body camera footage is no longer available. But look at this. Her public defender at the time did review the video and wrote that Pence, quote, appeared to do very well watching the body camera footage. I honestly wouldn't perform as well as Ms. Pence did.
And isn't that the point of field sobriety tests? You could take somebody who's stone cold sober. You can take a gymnast who has perfect balance, and those cops are going to find some way to put you in that cop car. They're going to find some way, they're going to find some reason or justification to kidnap you and to take you in for fingerprinting and to shame you and to see you in the paper the next day in the jailbird section. This person right here jeopardized the lives of the people in our community by driving drunk, when nothing could be further from the truth. It's truly insidious that they will allow these people to quit under investigation, to quit and to go to another police department and wreak havoc in another community.
On my best sober day.
She wrote here, this woman has been punished enough for a crime she didn't commit.
I just think to myself, why do I deserve this?
And
You know what she actually deserves? She actually deserves to have a portion of Noah Warner's liquidated assets in his pension. And if there's not enough to cover it in his pension, then they should sell his house. They should sell his car. They should auction all this stuff up and pay the people that he terrorized.
so many other sober drivers charged with DUIs, her mugshot ended up on social media.
Crazy.
Hers on Scoop Nashville.
And you can't easily erase that. Even if everybody in the world got up and saying, "Oh yeah, she's innocent. This was totally a raw deal. The cop did wrong here." You can't erase. Once somebody sees something, they manufacture this opinion, gets seared into their brains. And even if the truth comes out, they still have in the back of their minds, yeah, but you still did wrong. I mean, you still were drunk. You still did jeopardize the lives of the people in the community by getting behind the wheel intoxicated.
It was in my second week at my new job. It was a job that I had been wanting for, a while. They fired me that Friday. Anytime an employer would do a background check, this became a part of my record.
You got evicted too?
I did.
Law enforcement just wreaking havoc. But as long as they achieve their primary objective, hey, at the end of this shift, I'm going home to my family. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how many lives I have to ruin. I don't care who I have to tase. I don't care how many pets I have to shoot. I'm going home safe at the end of the evening. And they get to go home. They get to go to their own beds while she's sitting in a jail cell. Her life is ruined. She doesn't have a place to live, and she doesn't have a job.
And while we didn't know about Pence's arrest...
And you know what kills me? People work with Noah Warner, and they're not saying anything. They didn't call him out. Maybe they're involved in the same thing. But this goes to show you that there's not one good cop on the scene calling out all these bad cops who are destroying people's lives.
Till now, it turns out commanders in Goodlettsville did. Look at the timeline. All 4 sober drivers were arrested in these months in 2023. When we aired our story the next year, in May 2024, we only knew about Adams and the 2 other men who were wrongfully arrested. In July 2024, Goodlettsville launched an internal investigation, finding that Werner had probable cause to make the 3 arrests, but that he needed to undergo remedial DUI training.
So he's got the backing of the entire department, including all the higher ups. They're all in on this scam. And what is that scam? The destroy your life scam. The I don't care about you. That I'm going to treat you like a piece of crap scam. And they endorse it. Oh, all he needs is remedial DUI training. That's about, we'll just do a little tweak in here, like while your life is in shambles, while you're living on a park bench because you don't have a place to live.
But here's where we have to jump back to the previous year, because emails sent and exchanged between Sarah Pence and Goodlettsville commanders show on December 18th, 2023, she wrote that her DUI case was dismissed. That, quote, "It has taken a lot for me not to file a complaint against Noah Warner. What happened to me was wrong and has caused me so much financial and emotional distress." Keep in mind, the internal investigation into Warner happened 7 months after that, and there is no mention of Pence's case in the investigation.
There's a problem that he, in my opinion, needs to find a different profession.
We asked Goodlettsville about...
You bad apples, Goodlettsville police, you're all frickin' bad apples. You're evil apples, planting evil seeds in your community.
all of this, but the chief wrote, Werner is no longer with the department. That's because he resigned. And Portland's social media shows him working as a police officer there.
Oh
The
my
city's
God.
HR department confirms it.
Anybody ever apologize to you?
No.
Okay, Jeremy, did Sarah Pence ever meet with Goodlettsville police?
Well, Lauren, the commander agreed to meet with her. She says she got COVID then and became so frustrated, she stopped reaching out. Now, I did get details from Goodlettsville's chief. He said he was not aware of Pence's case and said that only because he asked for a review of drivers arrested by Werner who had neither drugs nor alcohol in their blood work. And because Pence did have prescription drugs in her system, her case wasn't reviewed. For more...
So I ask you again, is it too much to ask that when it is found that a law enforcement officer destroyed just one other person's life, let alone a group of people? I mean, this guy should be investigated, and every single victim that he created in the course of his duties should be compensated by that police department and by all the cops that allowed Noah Werner to do what he did. And this is a systemic problem. This isn't an isolated incident. So is it too much to ask for a criminal police officer to pay for the crimes that he's committed? Because you and I would. It would come out of our hides. They would drain our bank accounts. They would sell our house. They would sell our vehicle, and they would throw us into jail. But for some reason, it doesn't happen to law enforcement officers. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. Make sure you share this video because, like I said, this is a systemic problem. This isn't just happening in Nashville. It's not just happening in the state of Tennessee. It's happening all over the United States every single day. Dozens, hundreds, probably thousands of times a day. There are a lot of people getting their lives ruined through the profession of law enforcement. I will see you in the next video.